think I'll roll the dice one more time. Hey. What you say goes. Hair's gone down mellow. What you say goes. I don't wanna know. What you say goes. Hair's gone down mellow. What you say goes. I don't wanna know.
Yeah, 1,000 lights in the rave, shining bright, I hide my face. Trying to find a time and place, I get right with grace. Life's a maze, I'm wide awake, we strive to find escape. And even in the silent escape, what you say goes is fate. Wait, I've seen this game before, well I played them all. Used to be close and now we waging war. Ways ignored, take the fall. Hear it in my cadence and the way I talk. Know some things will never change. Drowning in the downpour, surroundings are the same. Thought that I was grounded, all I found was my pain. Shrouded in the rain, same mistakes made again. Cause I was chasing the flame until it turned to ash. Burning packs, trying to swerve the fact. Heard the chat, whispers through the grapevine. Absurd, but I murmured back. Before it gets better, it gets worse, and that's the way it goes. Still on the pace, but I made it.
So, welcome to Formula 7 Realistic. I do apologise about the confusion there. So, essentially the lobby wasn't set up right, the weather wasn't right, but luckily we've had to change it to short qualifying anyway because we've got a lot of drivers with engine penalties. I do need to try and figure out who's got engine penalties so that I can sort out the grid after qualifying. So everybody will retire. It's got no formation lap, so we can jump straight into it, and then we'll retire. We'll go back to the lobby and we'll sort out the qualification due to the engine penalties and due to the qualifying bans as well. Because essentially we would have just had like 12 drivers doing full qualifying. But you guys retired straight away. Ah, he's not even going to take part in qualifying. Yeah, that's it. Wait, did I upload that? Trying to figure out if I uploaded a clip or not. No, I've only uploaded one. Okay. So, should be a really good race. I'm looking forward to it. Need to bring up some stuff. Bring up that. Bring up that. Get that up. Okie dokie. So, let's go racing. Let's go racing here in Brazil. We do have the Racing Bull. I don't know who that Racing Bull is, because they're not sharing the data, which is not ideal, but Zetu. Zetu doesn't share his data. So Zetu, and then we have DK Cohen that is reserving for Red Bull today as well. It should be interesting to see what he can do. So a couple of the drivers out on laps. Deadly is on an out lap. He's got that McLaren behind him. Maximo, yeah, he's reserved for McLaren as well. And he's just got some experience in the F2 car, so that should be good. So I hope you guys are looking forward to this one. Remember, short qualifying. Remember, we've got some qualifying bans. I need to remember who's got the qualifying bans, to be honest. I can't bloody remember. I'm not going to lie, it is very difficult. Yeah, Kiwi didn't show up, Harvey, so I just put the next best thing, which is DK Cohen, who's a tier 1 driver, and he raced on Sunday and the previous Sunday, and he's actually a very good driver. Clean as well. Yeah, it's a really real struggle. I'm not gonna lie, it's really struggling. And doing F2 and then F1, I love it because it's like wasted time anyway. So I may as well do something to fill the gap. But it's really difficult trying to go back and forth and set everything up. So Jeffy Boy is on a provisional pole. Deadly in P2. DK Cohen is out. What has happened to DK Cohen? Yeah, that's why, you know, when it comes to drivers like Kiwi, who's not really raced at all here, I think he's turned up once and raced like one time. I'm just trying to get up who's got qualifying bans, so bear with me because I have no idea. So the realistic 2026 sheet, there we go. And engine penalty. So who's got penalties? So it is B. Wright, Casper, Fanfness, Mirko, and obviously Reese, but he's not here. Is that it? Yeah, is that it? So it's only 4, isn't it? It's just the 2 Ferraris and 2 Mercedes. And Leo Lund with the qualifying ban here. So Jeffy Boy is on provisional pole. Cars is in P2. So let's see what Cars can do here in Interlagos as he comes around turn 3 at Curva de Sol and down Retta Aposta. Remember, the race is going to start wet, but it's going to dry up. So it should be very interesting come the end of the actual Grand Prix. 11.5 minutes remaining here in qualifying. So Cars in the Ferrari, trying to find any improvement he can. Oh, you're kidding, Colin. Yeah, when it's realistic, the cars are so different. Cars is onto the grass. And he holds on for now. And remember, Maxi Block will be looking at a decent lap. And he's going to want to try and help out his teammate. Casper's not here. And Casper would have been competing in the championship as well. That is Zetti that's left. So I've not got Zeto on here. I would have to invite off the F7 account, which I'm not logged into for obvious reasons. It's really difficult as well sending invites because I'm logged into separate accounts so that I can stream F2 and F1 as quickly as possible. So the McLaren of Maxi Block is coming through, and he is going to try and improve, and he's down into the pit lane. So this is a huge opportunity for some of the other drivers, especially in the rain. Drivers like Cars, drivers like Epic OJ and Deadly and the Williams and Sam the Man and James and Trubo and CJ and Nick needs to finish a race. He's not finished the race for a while in that Sauber, and it's weird because Nick performed so well in that Sauber at the end of last season that it got him a Red Bull seat, and then he sort of fell off again. And it's one of them things with Nick, he can be so good when he's on form, but when he's not on form, it goes the opposite way. So I hope to see him up there to compete in this evening. Jeffy, I'm sorry, you were my driver for Red Bull. You know how highly I think of you. I was buzzing with your podium last week. So Jeffy, let's have a look at the standings. So that is how it looks at the moment. Wait, that is not updated. What is going on? I did update it. I did update the standings, so I don't know why that's not updated. Oh no, that is the legit standings. Yeah, that is legit. I was going to say I updated them today. Yeah, cars. No, it isn't. What has gone on here? I literally updated them today. Driver standings. Yeah, no, they're not right. That is so annoying. I updated them today, and it's all reset and gone back to normal. So annoying. I spent like 15 minutes updating them all. So we are on board with Jay's. Jeffy Boy is currently on provisional pole, and Hackmore comes through in the Aston Martin, and he has taken provisional pole. So the Aston Martin driver could potentially put out a huge statement here. You are ninth, Jeffy. Them standings aren't updated. It's so annoying. So Hackmore currently on provisional pole. Jeffy Boy Cars. I updated them standings as well today, which is even more annoying that I sat here and done them and then they've not updated. Epic OJ in the Alpine. Jay's in the Haas. Deadly in the Williams. I do need somebody to, I think it's the last realistic race of the season and the last F2 race of the season, do some comms, because I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be fully working, and it's going to be really difficult, and I'm going to need somebody to try and log in and collect the data as well. Oh, are you not in, Cohen? Oh, Cohen, I'm not even on the F7 account, mate. It's annoying. I'll send a couple, but I'm not going to be able to keep doing it because I have to go into a separate room to send you that. Others to maybe try and help me with invites if they can. Or if you add to my personal account, I can send invites. Right, so Cars is on a provisional poll with 6 minutes to go. I will try my best to keep inviting everybody though, but it's just really difficult because I'm streaming on the PC in one room and the PlayStation's in the other, which is logged into the F7 account so that I could set up the lobby straight before the F2 race had finished. Very complicated. Very complicated. So look how close it is at the top. Cars, Hackmore and Jeffy Boy all separated by less than a tenth of a second. And that is Hackmore that has taken provisional pole with 5.5 minutes to go. Maximock has subscribed 29 months. Thank you so much, Maxi. Really appreciate that, mate. You know how much it means, especially going to the end of the season like we are doing now. So Cars in the Ferrari. Hackmore in the Aston Martin. Here comes the Ferrari to start his lap. Cohen, appreciate the follow, bro. Epic OJ in the Alpine into P5. This is going to be huge for the Alpine team. And Shiny, their team principal. Jay's in the Haas in P6 and Sam the Man in the Williams in P7. Then we've got Nick in the Sauber in P8. There's going to be a lot of strange results here, especially with the engine penalties and the qualifying ban. It will be an interesting one. So Nick is on an out lap. And then we've got Deadly in the Williams, who has done an amazing job. I can see him going to a big team next season in realistic. I really can. Especially with the season that he's had and the points that he's scored in the Williams team. He's pretty much got carrying them with Sam the Man. Him and the Sam the Man are a great duo. So on board, Max Buck is retired. Max Buck is out. In P16. Oh, he can't qualify. He's taking Casper's engine penalty. That makes sense now. So, interesting stuff. Especially with cars still in the pit lane. Jeffy Boy is out. Deadly went up to P4. Now you've got Epic OJ coming down Retta Aposta. Well. So, Epic OJ to Jay's is improving. Let's just have a look at the fastest sectors. It is Hackmore, Deadly and Hackmore. And with the Haas driver, he goes up to P5 and in front of the Alpine by half a tenth. This is extremely close. Jeffy Boy is still in the pit, so is Hackmore and so is Cars. They're the three drivers that are currently occupying 1, 2 and 3. Deadly is finding a little bit more. He's nearly a tenth of a second up. This could be massive for the Williams driver, but they are still behind Cars. And he's nearly a 10th up now, and this could mean Deadly take that P3 away from cars, but he's on the pit exit now. Is the Ferrari driver, but it is going to be the Williams first to the line. Oh, did he make a mistake there? He did. He lost so much time. So much time. So, Cars is on his way out. And then we've got this Sauber of CJ. He's not going to set a lap. Super Turbo with that Ferrari behind him. And then Nick is on the lap. Sam the man coming through turn 8. There's a yellow flag. They are all gathering up now. All clustering together. I do wonder if that Aston Martin is going to go again. And that V-Carb just getting out of the way. I don't think Sam the man is on a flyer here. He's not. So they're all going to hit the line and they're all going to start setting them lap times. So we'll try and get on board with the final runners. Cars is on an out lap with 1.5 minutes to go. Deadly is on another out lap to recharge that battery. And it is Epic OJ that will be the first of the final runners. I think Sam the man will actually be just in front of him. And then it will be Epic OJ. No, it's not Sam the man. So what about Alfie Edwards in the Alpine? He's just behind his teammate. So Epic OJ will get us underway for the final time here in qualifying. So as we head down towards turn 1 at the centre S's, it is Epic OJ, the first of the final runners. I think there's a few drivers actually on laps, you know. I do need to try and find out what's going on here. I think the Haas is going to be one of them. No, he's not. So Jays is not on a lap. Neither is Sam the man. I think we were right when we said that Epic OJ is going to be the first of the final runners. So around turn 5. And the Alpine full throttle, burning that battery up towards turn 6. Doesn't want to touch too much of that curb, especially in the rain, in towards turn 7 and 8 as he slides through there. And you can see him drifting, but also trying to direct the car so that he can get back onto that throttle as quickly as possible. Up towards turn 10 we go. Just trying to avoid the grass to the outside, but also get a decent entrance into towards turn 11. So it is Hackmore to Cars in P2. And Epic OJ's half a second up. This is going to be extremely close. This is going to put him on provisional pole. But for how long? The checkered flag has waved. Deadly can do no more. Z2 can do no more. Mirko in the Mercedes with that qualifying ban with the engine penalty. And Epic OJ to the line. Epic OJ takes provisional pole. But for how long? Here comes Alfie Edwards, his teammate in the other Alpine. To the line we go. Alfie Edwards stays P11. The Aston Martin of Hackmore, the Haas of Super Turbo, the Haas of Jays will be first. 2 tenths up is the Canadian driver of Jays. Will he get the improvement he's looking for? Jays to the line. Stays P6. Now we have a couple more drivers. Hackmore is improving. Hackmore takes provisional pole. Jeffy Boy takes P2 by 5/1000ths of a second. Then comes the 2 Saubers of CJ and Nick. CJ up to P8 and then Nick to the line. Nick stays P9. The Ferrari can do no more. Here comes Super Turbo and Super Turbo will stay P10. And it looks like Hackmore has taken pole position here in Brazil. And pole position goes the way of Hackmore. Jeffy Boy loses it by 5/1000ths of a second for his first ever pole position. And Jeffy Boy was so close to his first pole. But unfortunately today it was not to be. Right, let me just put these stats in. Hackmore, Jeffy, Epic Cars, Deadly Sunderman, CJ, Nick. Super Turbo, Alfie Edwards, the Racing Bull of B, right, sorry, Z2. Then Leo, Cohen, B. Wright, Maxi Block, Merkel and Fanfinis. Okay, so if everybody wants to retire, we'll go back to the lobby and we'll set it up for the race. Yeah, gutted, Jeffy. I was hoping that you got there, mate. There should be no formation lap anyway. Oh, I need to... This is what I've done before, you know. I forgot to close down the data system. So then it caught all the data from the first lap of the race and just retired everybody and then collected that data for the race stats, which was annoying. So I need to close that down. So there will be no formation lap, just all retire. We'll go back to the lobby and we will crack on with it. Jeffy trying to take out Hackmore for beating into pole. Oh my god. Oh my goodness me. Red flag, red flag. I forgot about red flags. I wonder if it will red flag it. Right. Look at that. Oh, it did red flag it. How much did it take to red flag it? Do you know, there's another league I was talking to the other day that I'm quite close to because it's my cousin that runs it with the team over there. They have red flags on increased for the whole season and they've only ever had one red flag and they have red flags on increased. One red flag all season. Alright, if you can just pause and retire guys and we'll go back to the lobby. Come on guys, let's go. Come on. There we go. Yeah, welcome back to Monkey Madness. Oh, why is Epic OJ left? You know what, Harvey? Fantasy F7, I loved Fantasy F7. I'd love to bring back Fantasy. I think it would work so much better now, with us having so many drivers and stuff like that. I'll have to invite Epic OJ back, but we'll have to just go back to the lobby. I think F1 Fantasy would be massive now, only because you get a lot more people wanting to be creative, wanting to create their own liveries and all that sort of stuff. Oh, Dennis, you never got the champ role. I didn't realise that. Right, all the drivers are back in. Let me just change the settings. So qualifying is off. Still good. Yep, weather is right. Formation that needs to go on now. Don't forget your setups either, guys. Jesus, don't forget your setups. Unsafe pit list off. Road car, please don't forget yourselves. Right, let's put this screen in order and let's go racing. It took just as long as full qualifying this. yourselves, please. It should be. Right, this is where it gets interesting because it has to go DK Collins. Oh, where's DK Collins? Where did DK Collins go? Oh, he's got the behind. Right, this is where it gets interesting. So B right, it's got to be there because he's leading. Well, it should be Leo Lund, but he's got a qualifying man, so he has to start at the back. Then it's Mirko, Fanfus. No, so it's Casper. So it's Maxi Block, Mirko, Fanfus, Leo Lund, and then I just need to add that the Golden when he gets in.
Circles in my eyes, I'm losing my.
No, we've got Epic OJ. Oh, he's having internet issues, but. Right, we'll go racing in a minute. So we're just waiting for Epic OJ. He will be here in a minute. But honestly, I've been trying to bring back the podcast loads. There's rooms in the Discord that nobody can see that's got everything ready. We've got cameras and everything all ready. Camera links, overlays set up. We've pretty much got everything ready for the podcast, but it's just bringing it back. What's going on, Casper? Hope you're having a good one. There's a more zoomed in commentary box. See what I have to do? I have to have the laptop behind me collecting all the data. So, anyway. So, I knew Casper. Right, I can give it like 2 more minutes, but then we'll have to get going in a minute. And be right here, he will invite him. It's almost 8. What clock are you using, It's 7:42. Realistic qualifying shouldn't have been finished till like 7:50, so yeah, the weather's sorted. The weather is not on dynamic. What's this kid on? See, it does say that. Yeah, Alfie, that's what I wanted to get. That's why I wanted to get finished early, because I want to go and watch the final. Everything's on it. Formation lap is now on. Yeah, okay. Oh, everybody readied up. What the hell? Oh, that's naughty. I was waiting. That's annoying. That's a bit crap for Epic OJ, who's qualified really high up, and you've got drivers with qualifying bans who are going to be behind him, and would have given him a good opportunity to race. If his internet doesn't come back on, then it is what it is, but it would have been nice just to give him a couple more minutes just to try and get in. Don't forget your setups, guys, and then we are going to go racing. But real shame for Epic OJ, that. Right. Oh, I need to open this to collect the data now. I had to shut it down because of the restart. Just me for stream. What are the streams freezing? Oh yeah. Oh, bear with me, guys. We'll go back to live screen.
I got the thing that I want.
Right, what is going on? Formation lap is on. Yeah, I've messed around, just low quality, but it's alright. Yeah, I've messed around with everything. I'm hoping that it'll be a lot better. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. yeah, I've messed around with everything. I want the stream to be a lot better quality. So I've been messing around with all the frames per second, all the output, all the resolution to try and get the best quality streams. And to be fair, it's actually worked tonight, especially with F2. Max is 360. Just close it down and restart it. It shouldn't be. Mine's not on mine. I've got it on the phone and the laptop here. Well, let's go into the race first. So here we go. This is it for round 16 here at Formula 7 Realistic, powered by Sim Racing Setups. And it's lights out, and away we go. Hackmore and Jeffy Boy. Hackmore will go right in front of Jeffy Boy straight away. Sam the Man is already in front of Jays off the line, who did get a sluggish start in that Haas, and Fanfness has had a collision with Maxi Block. Cars and Jeffy Boy go wheel to wheel through the centre S's. There is carnage at the back as Nick goes through on Jays. Then goes Maxi Block in the McLaren. Leo Lund on Fanfness as B. Wright is off the track and being overtaken. Did he get damage? He didn't. But that is Mirko and that is DK Cohen in the Red Bull that is squeezed off. But all of them get through safely. Super Trouble is at the back. And Jeffy Boy demoted to P3. So drama at the start. So here we go, and that is Leo Lund that is fighting for P9 on Alfie Edwards. The Alpine driver will try to defend, but Leo Lund is already making huge progress in this championship fight. Remember, he is in front of B. Wright in the championship by 7 points. And Leo Lund, at the end of lap 1, is going to end up in P9. DK Cohen going through on Z2. This will be Leo's hardest and trickiest part of this race, and that is getting through on Maxi Block. Here comes Cars in the Ferrari on Hackmore. Is he going to get close enough or to go down the inside? He's not. There goes Sam the Man on his teammate of Deadly, working together. Here comes Leo Lund, and that will be the McLaren of Max Block that tries to defend. Here comes B. Wright as he's got Mirko up the inside of him, but B. Wright is through. And Alfie Edwards, a little snap there, and now around the outside comes the Papaya. And the Mercedes is on the inside, and the McLaren is being squeezed by the Mercedes on the Alpine. And he's going to have to try and go up the inside as Mirko cuts off to the outside line. And the drivers are safely through for now as Fanfness nearly goes into the back of B. Wright, racing for the championship. Here comes Jays on Nick, the Haas on the Sauber. Maxi Block still holding up Leo Lund. CJ in the Sauber. And Mirko is safely through as CJ doesn't put up much of a fight there. And he does go through. And Fanfness is fighting with B. Wright, the reigning world champion, against the former world champion. Onto the grass there, and B. Wright looking for a way through. Now on the Sauber as they do touch. And CJ trying to hold on to P11. Maxi Block still got Leo Lund behind him. This is what they wanted. Leo Lund might get the exit that he was hoping for. What about B. Wright on CJ? And CJ absolutely burning this battery to stay in front of the McLaren. But B. Wright will go for the inside line on the Sauber later on the brakes. And through goes the championship contender. Nothing CJ can do about that one as Alfie Edwards and DK Cohen go scrapping it out through the centre S's. And Leo Lund might just make the opportunity count now on Maxi Block. Can he go around the outside of the McLaren? And that is a Sauber in front as well. That is Fanfness that goes through on CJ. And that was a nice move as DK Cohen goes up the inside of Alfie Edwards. And he is also through. Mirko in the Mercedes on the back of Leo Lund. And I tell you what, Maxi Block is piling them all up behind him. And he is not too fussed as Mirko is going to try and go around the outside. And Maxi Block is going to try and make a move on the Sauber. Remember, it is going to go dry at some point in this race. Here comes Leo Lund. And Maxi Block is squabbling with Nick in the Sauber. And Leo will try and squeeze through as well. And Nick not making this easier for these drivers. Leo will try and go up the inside. He does, and onto the curb. And how did he save that? And Nick made it as difficult as possible. But the McLaren is through, and so is the Racing Bull. So Mirko now knows that he's got a difficult green machine in front of him, that is not going to be an easy object to move aside. Will he go for that lunge in towards turn 1 at the centre S? He will. And that is Nick that is going back up the inside, and he just backs out there to avoiding a collision. And now here comes Fanfurness, and B Right will go around the outside off the Sauber. Nothing Nick can do, a bit of a sitting duck. And the Sauber of Nick, and there goes the Mercedes up the inside. That is Fanfurness that wants the move done. Maxi block with Leo Lund. Maxi block trying to hold on, but Leo is through. That was the move we were all waiting for, and he's managed to get it done. Now we'll look up the inside of the Williams, and Maxi block will try his hardest to fight it out with Leo to help his teammate. Then they've got Mirko and B Right. Remember, 7 points separate these two drivers. Leo Lund, the championship leader. Here comes Maxi block up the inside, and then you've got Mirko. Leo will get the better exit. Can he go around the outside of the Williams as we go down in towards turn 12 at Junção? He will think better of it. And they are all piling up now. And Hackmore and Cars and Jeffy Boy are starting to build a bit of a gap in front. Mirko on Maxi. He got the better exit, and Leo Lund on the Williams of Deadly. Will he go for the inside? No, Deadly will go for the inside. Smart racing. Later on the brakes goes the Racing Bull. That was close. Maxi and Mirko fighting it out through the Senna S's around Curva de Sol as we head down Retta Aposta. But it is Deadly holding on as Leo Lund gives it a bit of a wiggle. Here comes Mirko now on the McLaren. Mercedes v McLaren both had engine penalties. Both started at the back of the grid. Both 8, 9, 10, 11. Leo Lund not happy with something there though. Look at this for a fight, and the Williams driver going early, and now back comes Maxi block, and this is not what Leo Lund needs. And Maxi block will go for a move up the inside, and the McLaren on the Racing Bull. He's fighting hard here to try and help his teammate in this championship fight. And Jeffy Boy in the Red Bull goes around the outside of the Ferrari, and the Englishman on the Dutchman is through and back up to P2. What about Mirko and Maxi block? Leo Lund is going to try again on Deadly as we go down in towards Junção at turn 12. Can Leo Lund finally get this overtake? Why does my controller keep disconnecting? And here comes Cars once again in towards the Senna S's. The Ferrari and the Red Bull going at it for round 3. Here comes Leo Lund, and he will finally get this move done. He's going to go later on the brakes. Now he'll have the inside line in towards turn 2. The Williams and the Racing Bull go squeezing through the Senna S's and around Curva de Sol, down Retta Aposta. But it is Leo Lund that takes P6 away from the Williams, and this could be huge in the grand scheme of things. Deadly down to P7. Here comes Maxi block, Mirko and B Right. Remember, B Right in that championship fight with Leo Lund. Simply lovely. Super Max, 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 Super Max, Super, Super Max, 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 Super Max. So, we have Hackmore that is a second clear of Jeffy Boy. What a race starts here in Brazil. All 17 drivers still on the grid. So Sam the Man, Maxi block, Leo Lund is a second clear. He is now starting to escape, and that is what he wanted. Hackmore setting the fastest lap of the race. The question is here is, when do the drivers pit? Leo Lund setting the fastest lap. Wow, he is on fire. He chases down Jays in the house. And that is the question. When do they pit? So we're having a look at the last couple of laps. Here comes B Right on Mirko down that DRS straight. So this is a real interesting Grand Prix now, especially. And that is Fanfurness with a 3-second time penalty. So the Mercedes behind has picked up a time penalty. And that does mean we will have to build a considerable gap to keep the position. Here comes Maxi on Deadly. They're all picking up warnings. Mirko, the only one without a warning at the moment. And Leo Lund already within 7 tenths. I think I'm hitting the race now. DK Cohen is catching up to the Sauber. Hackmore sets the fastest lap again. DK Cohen is going to have some good racing here. He's still in the race. No damage. And I do think... There we go. There is... who's just gone into the pits? Deadly and Maximock. Deadly and Maximock have gone for an early stop here in Brazil. The other drivers have stayed out on the intermediates. I'm wondering if Maxi is doing that to try and get back in front of Leo. They've got nothing to lose, really. Here comes B. Wright on Mirko. He's going to go up the inside. DRS is not enabled yet, but B. Wright is going to go for the move. Mirko leaves him the space, and B. Wright takes it with both hands and says thank you very much. But he's got two Mercedes AMGs, and they are going to go fighting. It's Rosberg and Hamilton-esque as Fanfurness is through with a time penalty, and now back comes Mirko. They nearly tangle, and these two are squabbling hard here. Fanfurness and Mirko, the team principal, will not be happy about this. They are letting B. Wright get away, and these two Mercedes drivers may be getting a little bit frustrated with each other. The heat of the season building up race after race, and we are coming to blows here in Brazil. Salute, get control here, drivers. Jeffy Boy and cars are into the pit lane. The Red Bull and the Scuderia Ferrari, and Leo Lund is the fastest man on track. B. Wright stays out. Wow, that is a huge call. DK Cohen speeds into the pit lane. 10 seconds for him. But there is still a long way to go in this race. A long way to go. So Fanfurness and Mirko now out of DRS range of B. Wright because of the fight between themselves, which seems a little bit silly if you ask me. Deadly's out. Oh, safety car. Is it a safety car? It's a VSC. Deadly has crashed it coming out of turn 12. But I tell you what, B. Wright might be too far away to get the pit stop under the VSC. But I tell you who might not be too far away, Leo Lund. It depends how long this VSC stays out for, but that is huge for Deadly, who's had an amazing Grand Prix here this evening. Wow, so VSC is out. Are the drivers going to be able to pit? You've got Hackmore, Sam the Man. Sam the Man needs to get in. This would be huge for Sam the Man and Hackmore. Hackmore has got in. The Aston Martin driver is in. And Sam the Man will also go in. He'll make a little extra. Don't speed. There we go. And Leo Lund is going to go in as well under the VSC. And B. Wright as well under the VSC. That is massive. So the VSC has stayed out. And it is going to benefit them. Fanfurness has caught up to B. Wright here. Mirko's had to stay out because they can't double stack. The VSC is ending, but they're still going to benefit from this. Here comes the Sauber as well. The McLaren is free. So is Leo Lund in the Racing Bull. And this is massive. The VSC has ended. DRS is now enabled as well. Jeffy Boy is coming through. So is Cars. But this has put Leo Lund and B. Wright maybe near the front of this grid. It is massive. Leo Lund comes out of the pit lane a second behind Cars. But Hackmore's still the race leader on a great strategy here. Super Turbo picking up a 3-second time penalty. Then you've got Jay's in the house going for a move on CJ with that DRS enabled down Retta Aposta. And the Canadian is up to P8. This is what we were hoping for, and we're absolutely getting it. So let's have a look at the reaction times for Mirko. Reaction time 6.60 for Hackmore, 6.6 for Mirko. Wow, Sam the Man 7.08. So Jeffy Boy in the Red Bull on the hards, Mirko still on the intermediates. This could have ruined his race, you know, it really could. Because he's had to stay out. That's why I think Mirko was a little bit annoyed that Fanfurness had gone for the overtake. Because he knew how much it was going to cost him trying to get under the pit lane under the VSC. So B. Wright is 6 seconds behind his championship rival of Leo Lund. DK Cohen sets the fastest lap. He is showing up, and here comes Leo Lund on Cars. Oh, and Super Turbo's out. That is a safety car. Wow. Super Turbo has... How has he gone out there? He's gone out before turn 1. I wonder if there's been a collision between two drivers there. He's gone out before he's gone into turn 1, so it's still down the straight. So I do wonder if there's been a collision between the two of the drivers. Wow, that is huge. So yeah, this groups the drivers back up now. But it also helps the likes of DK Cohen, who can get rid of that 10-second time penalty. And Hackmore is going back in. He's going to pit for fresh hards. That means Sam the man is going to do the same. No, he's going to stay out and take the lead. That is surprising. I thought he might have gone in and gone onto the hards till the end of the race, but no, he's not. And Hackmore is going to give up the lead of this Grand Prix. So Hackmore is going to give up the lead. And I tell you who will not be looking forward to this, and that is B. Wright. With him and Hackmore coming to blows in the last Grand Prix. Are two very experienced drivers and very good drivers. Potentially Harvey, yeah. So both the Mercedes are back in, so is DK Cohen. So, safety guys out, double point, Sauber and Jays. Yeah, well, it's looking really strong for the Saubers now as well. Hackmore will want to attack straight away on them fresh hards. Just let's take a look at them. So they are close anyway. Sam the man is your race leader, which is unbelievable. So hopefully safety car will be in this lap. I'm not too sure yet. So the safety car will be out for another lap. Giant Stick, who's your favourite in the race? In the position that we're in right now, I would probably have to call it as Leo. Oh, Alfie Edwards. What's happened to Alfie there? Oh, he's into the pit lane again with Zetu. Yeah, I think the position that Leo's in, I would say usually cars because he's so quick, but his pace has slightly dwindled in the last few weeks, which is surprising because he started off so well this season. Him and Epic OJ and the Sauber in Tier 1 looked like they were going to run away with it at one point, but he sort of just fell off a little bit slightly lately. And that can just be down to practice, to be down to other things in life. You go through stages of where you're just bashing the game and improving, and then some stages you're not really playing it. And I think Leo Lund is in prime position to win the race. But you can also never disregard the 4-time realistic world champion B. Wright. There's a reason that he's won so many championships. So him being there in that McLaren on the back of Leo Lund, I think it'll be a good race to the end. So safety car should be in this lap. So safety car is in this lap, and we are going to go racing. Yes, Bjorn, that would make sense. That would make sense in the dip. So Sam the Man will get us underway here in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Cars is going to come through, and Leo Lund straight away is going on the charge. Cars goes later on the brakes up the inside of the Red Bull. They do touching Leo through. So is B. Wright. And the Red Bull and the Ferrari only have themselves to blame, as Hackmore has gone through as well, and they have both dropped from P2 and P3 to P5 and P6 in the blink of an eye. Jeffy Boy is back through on Hackmore, but my goodness, what were they doing? Throwing it all away there. And Leo Lund and B. Wright, thank you very much. I'll take that. Wow. What about the drivers at the back? The two Mercedes. That is a Haas that goes off the track. That is Jay's. And here comes the Red Bull of DK Cohen as well. He is making up progress now, is DK Cohen, around the outside of Jay's, and through goes the Dutchman. So Mirko has two Saubers in front of him now. A real interesting race. And Mirko to the outside of the Sauber. And he is up to P8. Nicely done. What about DK Cohen? He goes up the inside of Nick. And the two Dutch drivers go wheel to wheel through the centre S's. And DK Cohen took too much of the curb there. And now back comes Owen. And they are touching. They are. Oh, it's getting a bit spicy between the pair of them. Back up the inside goes DK Cohen. But he's got the grip. And he is up to P9. Oh, look at this. Nick is like a dog with a bone. He is not letting this go. And eventually he is just brushed aside. There's only so much you can do in that Sauber. Fanfurness went for it. My goodness. That was a late charge from another Dutch driver. Wow. So this is an interesting Grand Prix. Jeffy Boy showing pace. Zetu picking up a warning. So look at this from Hackmore on the back of Jeffy Boy into the slipstream. They've both got DRS, and he's going to send him the outside. And that is the Red Bull driver that screws it out of turn 1 through turn 2 and 3 at Curva de Sol and down Retta Aposta. Jeffy Boy is a second behind now. Leo Lund and B. Wright are chasing up to this Williams. And B. Wright needs this position. 7 points separate them in the championship. And Jeffy Boy in the Red Bull doing such a great job. His team principal watching on. Fanfurness trying to make a move on the Sauber. And look at this. Oh, and Fanfurness. This is another Dutch drivers competing with each other. The Dutch are dominating at the moment, and that is CJ that is being overtaken. It wasn't even Nick. So Leo Lund into the slipstream. He'll get the DRS, and he will make Light work of this around the outside of the Williams of Sam the Man. I really hope Sam the Man gets a good result out of this because he deserves it. So Sam the Man now down to P2, but he's got that McLaren on his tail. And this is where Leo Lund needs to get away. This is his opportunity to go, right, okay, I'm in front of the Williams. This is my time to shine. Oh, and that was close, my God. That was so close. B-Right is through. I'm just having a look at the tyres. What about the mediums? 25% for the mediums of Sam the Man. Hackmore now starting to catch up. Still an interesting race. 15 drivers still in. I do wonder why we've... Oh, well, actually, they're supposed to be 18, but Epic OJ dropped out after qualifying, which was a shame. Here comes Hackmore on Sam the Man. He's going to have that DRS. He's going to make this look pretty easy. Is the Belgium driver. And the Williams will try his hardest to stay with him. Sam the Man's got to think about his own race. And Hackmore picks up a 3 seconds. That is huge. B-Right is also losing DRS to Leo Lund in the distance. And here comes Cars. These two have already had a collision today, which cost them both podiums. And they do touch again. The Ferrari is squeezing through. And back in front of Jeffy Boy goes the Ferrari driver. So, for the second time today, going at it. Jeffy Boy picking up his first track limit violation. So, Mirko now joining in on the action. And it's about the straight line speed. It's also about the battery. It's about what you can do with the battery. And he is going to go for that lunge up the inside. That's a bit optimistic from Mirko, but he's going to try it. We can see the tyre strategies. Mirko doing that one lap on the hards and then bidding for a fresh set of hards. And down in towards turn 4 we go. Hackmore now 1 second behind the front two. It'll be really hard for Leo Lund to shake off B-Right once they're locked in that DRS train on similar strategies. But look at Hackmore's strategy. Hackmore is on 2 lap fresher hard tyres. That will be really interesting come the end of this race. So make sure you stay tuned for that one because that is really going to be all about tyre management at the end. And this is Mirko in the Mercedes on the back of the Red Bull. He's going to go around the outside as we go down in towards turn 1 at the centre S's. And the Mercedes later on the brakes. Jeffy Boy will try and stick with the apex. Mirko is there, and the Red Bull, that is great racing through the first and second chicane, but now we'll get the DRS, and it's the Italian versus the Englishman as we go down Retta Apposta towards turn 4. The Red Bull will go later on the brakes. Mirko is still there. The Red Bull gets a little bit squirrely, and the Mercedes is through, and now you've got Cars on the back of Sam the Man in the Williams as they go around turn 7. Racing going on everywhere here in Sao Paulo. This is what the fans came to see. And they're exactly the same age, according to the stats here. Yeah. In terms of, we can't see tyre wear of Leo's. So, Cars in the Ferrari. Circuit information. Here comes Cars on Sam the Man. Is he going to go for that move? Sam the Man's got to be clever about this. And he is going to be clever, and that's why he sent him the long way round. And that is stunning. The racing between the Ferrari and the Williams there is beautiful. Now here comes Mirko, and is he going to put a thorn into the side of these two drivers as the Ferrari and the Williams go around turn 4, and the Williams is staying ahead again. This is amazing. Remember, realistic performance here in Brazil, and it's the Williams of Sam the Man, the American, that is holding off cars in that Ferrari. And now you've got Mirko. It is literally USA versus the Netherlands versus Italy versus Britain in that Red Bull. What a four-way scrap we have for P4 here. But Sam the Man, I take my hat off to him. He is doing an incredible job to fend off so many great drivers behind. And cars must have made a mistake. And now here comes Jeffy Boy on Mirko as they go in towards turn 12 at Juncao. And then you've got the Dutchman of DK Cohen that wants a piece of the action. B. Wright is challenging for the lead of the Grand Prix. The McLaren, is he going to go for it? He's not. Now here comes cars in the Ferrari. And he will make the move on Sam the Man as he peels off into the pit lane. And he picks up a 10-second time penalty for speeding into the pits. A real shame. Jeffy picks up 3 seconds now. DK Cohen having a great race for Red Bull. He's in a really good position as well now. After that safety car. But on board with the leaders. So Alfie Edwards picking up a 3-second time penalty. This could be the overtake that B. Wright was waiting for, and it is. And B. Wright in the McLaren has taken the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix with 12 laps to go. 7 points separate these two drivers in the championship. There goes Mirko in the Mercedes. He's through on the Ferrari. Can Leo respond? B. Wright 7 points behind Leo Lund in the Drivers' Championship. Is now leading this race with Leo in P2. And then you've got cars in the Ferrari coming back at the Mercedes. Down Retta Aposta and in towards turn 4. The Mercedes stays in front. Jeffy Boy and DK Cohen. I do wonder if Red Bull team orders are going to come into play here. Maybe Jeffy Boy steps aside and says, right, go and have a crack at him, DK. See what you can do. Maxi Block still in P11 in that McLaren. Trying that recovery drive. He's got the Sauber now of CJ in front of him. Does he have damage? He does have wing damage there, Maxi Block, as you can see. And that is why he's so slow at the back. So Jeffy in the Red Bull. And B. Wright 8 attempts clear of Leo now. This is really good racing. And let's have a look at what the tyre would be now. So fresh mediums would be 2 seconds quicker than Jeffy Boy's hards. So looking at the tyres, 40%, they are probably going to get to the end of the race, but we're going to have a situation like we did in Formula 2 where there's a potential for a puncture come the end of the race. There is going to be that potential there, absolutely. There's not going to be that potential for Dennis though in P3. I mean 35-38% for B. Wright with 11 laps to go. I don't think he's got much to worry about, but I feel Hackmore could be in a good position at the end. So the McLaren staying in front of Leo Lund. What about DK Cohen? Will the Red Bull drivers swap around? And they are going to swap around, and DK Cohen is going to take P6 away from Jeffy Boy. The Red Bulls have had their say, and I think it's a smart move. I really do. Jeffy's got that penalty, DK hasn't. I think it's a smart move to let his teammate go for this and just try and stay with him. Yeah, look at that. Jeffy Boy backing out. And the Mercedes has gone into the back of him. And Fanfness having to be careful. Did he get damage? He didn't, luckily. And Fanfness is probably going to have to pit again here. But look at DK. DK is now catching up to cars in that Ferrari. So it is a good thing to have done here with the Red Bulls. I do wonder if DK will be able to get from this Ferrari down the DRS straight now, because Cars is not going to have that DRS. He's going to be a bit of a sitting duck. And look at this, Fanfness on Jeffy Boy. And he wasn't able to get through. And DK Cohen now in the Red Bull. DRS down Retta Aposta. And the team principal claiming that was his tactics. I do like it. And there goes CJ. He's off the track. CJ's off the track as he drives over the SimGrid Formula 7 billboard on the ground. I like it. Wonder who did that. There you go. Fanfness in the Mercedes. Slightly behind Jeffy Boy. Into the pit lane goes Zetu in that Racing Bull with 9 laps to go. So Leo Lund will chase down his championship rival, both separated by 7 points in the Drivers' Championship. It didn't look likely for B. Wright, but then that first safety car, you had the VSC, and then the safety car was the one that brought them all back together, and B. Wright has took his opportunity. Here comes DK Cohen, and this is going to be the opportunity. He's so close to that Ferrari. DK Cohen in the Red Bull into the slipstream of that Scuderia. Here we go. DRS enabled. Track is green. There must have been an incident. And he's just lost a little bit of time, DK Cohen. That must have been out of the centre S's. Maxi Block challenging for P10 on Sam the Man. But he isn't close enough either. DK Cohen is all over that Ferrari. So DRS enabled. So let's have a look at the last laps. So we'll keep an eye on the battery as they come out. So out of the final chicane at turn 12. Here we go. Cars has got a little bit more battery, but this might be the opportunity that DK Cohen was waiting for. Cars is running a lot of downforce, but now here comes the Red Bull. He's going to move to the inside. Cars tries to cover him off, but DK might have done enough to get in front. They do touch, and the Red Bull and the Ferrari going at it here in Brazil, and DK is through. Who will get the DRS though? I think it's going to be the Ferrari. It is. The Red Bull will cover the inside line, but it is the 2 Dutch drivers going at it here in Interlagos, and Cars is back in front. Wow! DK needs to time that a little bit better, but he was struggling to get the overtake down towards turn 4, so he had to do it down the pit straight. There was no alternative to it. This is becoming a real interesting Grand Prix. Leo Lund is nearly not within a second of B. Right. That would be massive. And DK Cohen. He's not going to be close enough this time. Oh, and look at this, Fanfness. The Red Bull and the Mercedes. And I tell you what, he was going to try and go for a double Red Bull overtake there, was Fanfness, the reigning world champion. And he has a snap out of turn 4. 6 laps to go. And B Right has pulled away. Jeffy going left, going right. And we have a great little battle. And 3 of them are Dutch drivers. You've got Cars, DK Cohen and Fanfulness, all Dutchies. Then you've got Nick, who's a Dutchie. You've got Truvo, who's a fake Dutchie. So it's always been very heavily dominated by British and Dutch drivers, hasn't it, F7? But then you've had like Portuguese and Sweden, Portugal and Sweden come in. We've had quite a few Portuguese drivers and quite a few Swedish drivers. And American. I didn't think we would get many American drivers, but we've had loads of American drivers over the years. And even now, I think we have 5 of them that race with us on a Sunday. So 5 laps to go. He's breathing very heavily. Does the graphics look better on stream tonight than it normally would? It's obviously still going to have a little bit of, because it's not stream. When I stream directly from the PlayStation, it's obviously crystal clear. But when I stream from the PC, it's always a little bit blurry. But I've changed everything tonight, so I'm hoping that the stream looks a little bit better, especially when I'm uploading to Twitch. I'm hoping it looks a lot better, because it's really annoyed me. There was a stage where Twitch would buffer every video I uploaded, and it was horrible. But we've sorted that out, so it's a little bit better now. But I have thought about what I might start doing to get even better quality videos is recording them through Streamlabs and then uploading them to YouTube straight afterwards. So I'm uploading them directly from the PC to YouTube. Yeah, I've upped the bitrate. Yeah. The thing is, because I'm running like 900 megabits per second, I can run a really high bitrate. Oh, this is going to get close, and DK Cohen is going to go for the move. Does he want it early though? And Cars doesn't get the best exits, and now Fanfulness is here. 4 laps to go as the leaders go through. Fanfulness makes a mistake, and now here comes Cars. But them two fighting with each other is going to give DK Cohen an opportunity. Cars nearly clips the back wheel of Fanfulness, and here comes Jeffy Boy. The 3 of them are going at it. Down towards the centre S's at turn 1 and 2. And Cars is going to go for the lunge on DK. He locks up the inside. Goes the Ferrari. The 2 Red Bulls are highly involved here, as one of them is wheel to wheel with the reigning world champion of Fanfulness, and the other one is trying to chase down P5. Cars once again holding on. This is great racing. I hope it doesn't end in tears. It is really good. Oh, and here comes DK Cohen again. DK is through. Cars having to concede once more. Wow. This is close. Only one Ferrari driver on track today. But that Ferrari driver that is banned from this race today, he will be full focus on Tier 1, where he will be looking to redeem his 2nd World Drivers' Championship. Here comes Cars. The straight line speed is incredible. How he gets through the corners when his straight line speed is like that, I will never know. Fanfulness, Jeffy Boy, and what about Sam the Man? Remember, he'll be on fresh tyres. Let's have a look at the tyres, actually. Oh, wow. Look at that, 76% on them rears for Fanfulness. 73% for Jeffy Boy. What about DK Cohen? I don't know. Yeah, 68 for DK. So he's actually in a lot better condition. 74 for Cars as well. So DK needs to be patient here. And that was, what was that? Oh, like the stream. Giuseppe Rossello. Thank you, mate. That must be from Facebook because we don't use it, have we? Because we are live on Facebook right now as well, you know what I mean? It is from Facebook. Yeah. So DK Cohen out of turn 12 at junk out. This is the opportunity. Sorry guys. That he's been waiting for, but remember that straight line speed of the Ferrari. It's so hard for the Red Bull to make that move. And here comes DK. Switches to the inside. That had to be picture perfect. But the straight line speed of this Ferrari is just phenomenal. How he's even driving around this track when your straight line speed is like that. So he's going to come straight back at DK Cohen, and around the outside DK will cling to the inside. This might be the opportunity. Wheel to wheel again, and Cars turns in. Oh, that was close. And I tell you what, it was lucky they're still in this race. And up the inside, Jeffy. Oh, it's drama on the penultimate lap. And the Red Bull of Jeffy nearly around as Cars holds on. Fanfurness is through and DK Cohen is off in the lead now of P5. That was a good move, but wow, that Ferrari nearly went into the back wheel. What is Cohen doing? Oh, I don't like commentating on incidents, but I thought that was on the Ferrari there, Bjorn. I might be completely wrong, but I thought the Ferrari just swung it into the back wheel of the Red Bull. It's been good racing from the pair of them, but I knew it was going to come to blows at some point. But I'll let the stewards deal with it because I might be completely wrong, so that's why I don't like commentating on it. But yeah, I think we both could have done a little bit more there. Oh, it's close. It is close. We are on to the final lap of the race. We see it all different. We do, Bjorn. We do. I might be absolutely, utterly, completely wrong about it. And I hold my hand up if I am. I can see why people might say the Red Bull as well. But yeah, you've just got to be careful. So the leaders are going to come through, and Be Right is going to do what he needs to do. Be Right here in Brazil is going to come through and win the Brazilian Grand Prix. Be Right takes P1. Leo Lund takes P2. And I tell you what, Mirko might get on the podium here. What about Cars? He's going to chase down Fanfurness. Mirko is going to get on the podium. He is. And here comes Fanfurness and Cars. Fanfurness does have a time penalty anyway. DK Cohen is going to come through. Fanfurness to take P6. Cars to take P7. Cars takes P6. Wow, what a race. Will Sam the man pick up anything when he gets to the line? Oh, he didn't. That's a shame. But Nick will. Nick takes P9. What a race for him. That was a great race. A really good race. Right, I can shoot off now and watch the second half of the final. Well done, B. Right. Well done, Leo. Well done, Mirko. What a Grand Prix. What a race. Oh, you're kidding. Cohen, last 8 laps without a headset. So let's go through the final standings. Yeah, great race, great race. On the top steps. Let's put in the stats. So let's have a look. That wasn't an easy one. Alfie, you drove great there, mate. Well done. So Be Right wins here in Sao Paulo. It is Leo Lund that takes P2 and Mirko in P3. All 3 of them started from the back of this grid, and all 3 of them ended up on the podium. Hackmore takes P4 and DK Cohen in P5. You've got Cars in P6 and Fanfurness in P7. You've got Jeffrey Boy in P8 and Nick in P9 and Maxibok in P10. Sam the man for me probably drove one of the drives of the season for him. I thought he was brilliant. But yeah, drive of the day, I'm going to have to give it to... I didn't want to give it to a driver that came through the grid and won. I thought there was other people, maybe Nick, but yeah, I'm going to have to give it B, right? 13th on the grid, come through, won, battled his way. Yeah, I'm going to have to give it Ben, unfortunately. I do like giving it to other people that didn't win. But yeah, great drive. No, Banana, I did say I weren't going to do interviews. Just because obviously I wanted to shoot off and watch the final, and I've been doing the commentary since 6 p.m. I've literally just got my tea. Literally, I've just been handed my tea. But yeah, well done everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Yeah, I can imagine Ben's absolutely hyped. Well done everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. We'll be back in a week's time here in Realistic. We've got no race this weekend, so we're going to be back in a week's time, and we will be back with Le Mans on Monday and then Realistic next Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in and supporting as you always do, guys. Well done to all of the drivers, and I've got a little bit of posting to do as I eat my tea and watch the football. So have a great week, and I will see you on the next one.